I don't know much about BlazBlue Alternative Dark War, but I am willing to learn. So I'm taking to the BlazBlue Wiki to try to learn about certain characters, mostly in the form of Babel, or Babel, whoever wants. I think it's pronounced Babel, because it's been a while since I even heard this word even said out loud. So I think it's Babel or Babel, but I think it's Babel. But anyway, apparently Babel is a group of, antagonists so far as we know of, because I was told that there's not much of them as of now. But Babel is an antagonistic group in BlazBlue Alternative Dark War, and since I don't understand the Japanese language to understand BlazBlue Alternative Dark War, and I just don't know about these characters, and I really want to know, I'm taking to the wiki to learn out. So we got the leader here. His name is Hearn, or I want to say Hearn. That's the way it's Hearn, Han. Don't know. I'm calling him Hearn just to keep things more consistent in this video. So Hearn is the leader of Babel. He's an observer who is monitoring the phantom fields present within the boundary. Hearn first appeared in BlazBlue Alternative Dark War as one of his main antagonists. So we got him full on display over in the corner. He looks cool. Like honestly, like he has that look. He looks like Ragna and like Naruto like meshed together. I kind of like that. Let's see. I'm gonna look at his powers and abilities before I actually get to his biography. Make this little story about what he's doing in BlazBlue Alternative Dark War. And it says, Hearn is an exceptionally strong observer who is able to consciously take over the observation of a phantom field. Damn, that sounds metal. But after a prolonged period, however, the strain fatigues him. Okay, so now we're on his biography, and it says that Hearn is the enigmatic leader of Babel, whatever. I'm just gonna call it Babel, because it sounds easier for me to say. Under his orders, members of the organization are monitoring, gathering data on phantom fields and their observers. Hearn directed Zara, another member of Babel, to monitor the phantom field that was subconsciously created and observed by Kokonoe. Curious, Hearn entered the field himself, taking over as an observer and finding Zara locked in the fight against CL Sulfur, Rey, Rabe, Kokonoe, and Iron Tiger. I guess it's, obviously stuff during the story that I haven't seen yet. But I mean, again, me reading the story would kind of mean nothing at this point because I honestly still don't know what's going on. Like, I can't read the Japanese language, so I kind of have to guess what's happening. So yeah, best to look at the wiki for the learn stuff. But people, whoever's watching this video and you know anything about Alternative Dark War, you should already know who CL, Rey, and Rabe are. Anyway, he asked Zara on their process regarding the data, find that they were in the process of summoning a Bringer of Demise to a cauldron. Now, if I remember correctly, the Bringer of Demise is like this big, freaky-looking Black Beast-esque monster. I'll show you after I'm done with the video. I actually gotta look for it because it's not in the wiki itself. The wiki has these read out words, and the words that have been read out means they don't have articles yet. So I gotta go look that up after I'm done to try to get everything together. Anyway, Hearn then introduced himself to the 3 agents of the Mitsurugi Agency and then went to attack Rey before being blocked by CL. CL, being a prime field device, caught Hearn's attention as he questioned why she would put her life on the line for a human. He noticed the BlazBlue alternative she possessed, calling it a flimsy imitation. The BlazBlue alternative being the shield thing she's using, which is kind of cool. BlazBlue alternative, you get characters like Rog, like, oh, BlazBlue activate, and then you see BlazBlue alternative activate. Kokonoe then launched an attack at Hearn, which Zara blocked. Upon Rabe's demand, Hearn told him that they were Babel, but he turned his attention away from the group as he realized that the Bringer of Demise was about to appear. Tiger went to attack him, but Hearn's own observation prevented the blow from landing. Hearn then left, leaving the rest to Zara. Hearn returned to Babel's headquarters. Zara soon followed after, letting him know that not only did the Bringer of Demise had been destroyed by the Mitsurugi Agency, but also the BlazBlue alternative had been activated to destroy the cauldron, and that another Dark Mai had been retrieved from the field. I also gotta look up, more about another Dark Mai because I don't know shit about her. I know her by design wise, but after playing Alternative Dark War, I still don't know anything about her. That's the sad thing about not knowing. That's the sad thing about having a Japanese-only games. I'm an American who barely knows English myself, so there you go. Hearn deduced that Rey had managed to stabilize it with her observation, something which Zara could not believe. Hearn turned down their request to complete the next mission and summoned Simia, another member of Babel, to their side. He dismissed Zara and told Simia that she was to retrieve Oliver, again, I'm going to keep saying this a lot, another member of Babel, damn it, from an experiment site. He told her to expect to encounter the Mitsurugi Agency, but to leave CL alive and bring her back, something that Simia was reluctant to do. After she left Doraus, I guess another member of Babel, appeared, questioning his decision about sending Simeon for the mission and possibly extending an invitation to CL to join Babel. Oh, that's kind of cool. You know, just like join the dark side, CL. And now we're on to Zara. Zara is a member of Babel who works directly under Hearn. They are a legacy weapon wielder that works on gathering information for observers stuck within Phantom Fields. Oh, that's kind of cool. They wield a legacy weapon. I don't know if the legacy weapon has a name to it, though. I gotta look that up once I scroll down. Zara's a pale, has an androgynous appearance. Okay, so they go by they, them. Okay. Well, for now, at least. I don't know. Oh, yeah, see the regulator. That's kind of cool. Oh, yeah, I even noticed that. Hold on. Yeah. Oh, that's kind of cool. They got a seat the regulator on them. Okay. It's a nice touch. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yeah. Scroll down. Straightforward, methodical. Zara is someone who's only interested in their mission and collecting acceptable results. They stick to orders given to them by Hearn and hold a notable, even admiration for him. There is some implication that Zara is not human and they harbor ill will towards humans generally. Cool. Trivia: Zara's gender is never disclosed. Okay. You know, when I look at them closer, they remind me of Hibiki. They look like they could pass for a Hibiki. Just look at it. It's the face. Yeah, it's the hairstyle and the face. Like they could pass for a Hibiki Kohaku. All right, now onto Zara's biography here. A member of the mysterious Babel, an organization led by Hearn who worships the Creator. Ooh, the Creator. That's new. I think they said something about something known as the Creator in God, what was it? BlazBlue Phase Shift? Like there was like a statue they called the Creator in like I think Ishana, if I remember correctly. I might be wrong. BlazBlue, oh god, I can't remember shit. Anyway, under a directive by Hearn, Zara monitored a phantom field which had Kokono as an observer. Okay, so this is the same thing from the Hearn one, but I still want to read it. They also planned to summon their Bringer of Minds to test whether they could destroy a phantom field. Throughout the monitoring process, Zara found themselves impressed with Kokono's ability, but with the arrival of CL, Rey, and Rabe in the field, made Zara annoyed as the results they gathered were no longer valid due to the trio's interference. In order their work has been invalidated, Zara attacked, unleashing several monsters onto the group. These monsters however, were destroyed. Zara went on to further fight. Goddamn, I cannot read. But CL began to prepare the users of her BlazBlue alternative. The conflict between the two, however, did not happen as Hearn appeared and took control of the observation of the Phantom Field. Zara covered Hearn as Kokonoe launched an attack at them, cursing the deal due to Rabe demanded that they would explain who they are. Together, Zara and Hearn explained that they were Babel and that the Mitsurugi agency was their enemy. Zara lashed out at Rabe, threatening to dismantle it, but was soon stopped by Hearn as he commented to them that the smelting had been completed for the Bringer of Demise. Smelting for the Bringer of Demise, huh? You know, the only time I've ever heard smelting being used when they make a Murakumo unit, you know, like, or like the Black Beast. You know, like I wonder if I want to know what this deal is with this Bringer of Demise. I gotta do more research after I'm done with this, but I don't know if like Bringer of Demise is just like an enemy they just want to talk about, or like it's anything if it's going to be important in some way. Hearn left and Zara remained. They taunted the group, wishing them luck and stopping the beast that was coming, and they left the field. Ultimately, the Bringer of Demise was defeated through the combined efforts of CL, Tager, Kokonoe, and the unit summoned by Rey. Zara was able to return back to Hearn's side in an unknown location. They reported to him that they managed to retrieve another Dark Mai from the Phantom Field, and that the Bringer of Demise had been destroyed by the Mitsurugi agency. They were not able to understand how the BlazBlue alternative had been activated to destroy the cauldron. Hearn explained that Rey and their observation were most likely the reason they had been activated, something that Zara could not believe. Okay, I know there's some big deals going on with Rey, aka your player character, so I gotta look them up as well. So, after I'm done with Babel, then I'm gonna look up the other characters. Zara wanted to be deployed on the next mission, but Hearn insisted that they rest. Instead, Simia was to complete the mission at hand. The second Simia arrived, the two clashed, but Hearn dismissed Zara, so they continued the rest. Alright, so now I gotta move on to... I don't know if I should go on to I don't know if I should go on to CL next. I might just go into the rest. I might just finish Babel, then go on to CL and Rey. And now Simia. Simia is a member of Babel who works for Hearn. She first debuted in BlazBlue Alternative Dark War as one of his antagonists. She has such a weird design. Like, I don't know, let's scroll it a little bit more. I don't know, something about this. She looks cool, though. She looks cool. She looks out there for a BlazBlue character, though. You know, I understand BlazBlue has, like, weird designs, but she looks pretty out there. Well, she's a Prime Field. Is she a Prime Field? She has that collar thing that all Prime Fields wear when they, God, I'm trying to get the word right, but they had that little collar thing on. I want she's a Prime Field. Let's see. Personality. To any human and those alive with them, Simia is cold and callous. She does not care for what humans have to say and enjoys tormenting them as much as she can. She also has a serious view of prime field devices, comparing one's allied with humans to be tools made by mankind, and that they can never be allies. Anyone who obstructs her from completing her objective is just an obstacle to be erased. Simply put, Simia has no time for her enemies and will taunt them at any available opportunity. However, Simia is completely different from when around other members of Babel. She is frivolous and casual even with Hearn. Simia takes a laid-back attitude to her missions and enjoys annoying others, especially Zara due to their own seriousness. She gets on well with Oliver to the point that Hearn believes that Simia is the only person that Oliver will listen to. Okay, let's see here. She has a serious view of prime field devices. So she is one. That's my understanding. She is a prime field device in some fashion. That's my understanding from this. Simia has not been seen fighting directly, but she has unique powers that put her in her league of her own. She can summon a massive and autonomous golem to her side, one that even Oct of the 10 Sages had difficulty besting. Cool. The most unique of her abilities is to manipulate time. Of course she can do that. Man, damn it. She was able to rewind the specific time within a certain area of a phantom field back a few decades and then fast forward it with seemingly no trouble. Wow, that's okay. I gotta look up phantom field because like my mind is slipping. It's like, what the hell's a phantom field again? It is unknown if this is her drive. Damn, that'd be a busted ass drive. Then again, freaking what? Yeah, manipulating time would be a busted ass drive. Like if you could just do that. Like other members of Babel, Simia is capable of leaving a phantom field of her own volition. Hearn believes that Simia alone can best Rey, Robbie, and CL Sulfur in battle. Oh shit, she must be some hot shit, damn. Simia was summoned by Hearn to complete a mission. When she had arrived, she saw Zara and began to mock them by leaning against Hearn, something that infuriated Zara due to their reverence for their leader. Okay, I get some jealousy there. Hearn ordered Zara to leave and give Simia her mission, to retrieve Oliver. During this mission, Simia was informed that she was likely to encounter the Mitsurugi agency, specifically Rey, Robbie, and CL Sulfur. Simia was surprised to hear that she was not to harm CL as she was a prime field device and therefore an ally to Babel in Hearn's eyes. Although she was reluctant, Simia agreed and left for her mission. Okay, so what I'm understanding is that, okay, so Zara has like little view of humans and they wear El Cito regular. That doesn't mean they're a prime field device in any way, but I want to believe that Zara could be a prime field. I want to believe that all member of Babel, they probably are prime field devices. That's my guess. I mean, granted, it could just be Simia and maybe Oliver from my understanding, but I wouldn't be shocked if Hearn was also a prime field as well. I wouldn't be shocked about that as either. And now we are on to Oliver. Oliver is a prime field device. Okay, all right, good thing I learned that. Oliver is a prime field device and member of Babel. I keep swapping from Babel to Babel. Damn, I cannot pick one. I think it doesn't even matter at this point. He is close with Simia. Let's take a look at him. You know, I feel like I would like his design more if the hat was gone. But hey, we get a male prime field device. You know, we haven't got that yet. That's kind of cool. He reminds me of Noel when I look at him, though. I mean, he does look like Noel. Like if I just look at him, holy shit. Anyway, moving past that. I can guess what he looks like. Anyway, Oliver speaks in short sentences and usually carries a barrage of questions one after another. Because of this, it's not uncommon that he'll accidentally repeat himself. Hey, like me! He has a relaxed attitude, not caring much about the dangerous circumstances he finds himself in, and seems to find destruction fun. Of all the members of Babel, he appears that Oliver is closest to Simia. Hearn remarked that she might be the only person he would listen to. Like Simia, he does not seem to have fond views of prime fields who are allied with humans. As a prime field device, Oliver is immune to the effects of the boundaries, resistant to see-through. He claims that destroying things is his specialty. Damn, this... You know, I thought... Man, so basically what we're saying here is that all members of Babel are crazy. Like, I get the idea. Simia's crazy. Oliver's like an airhead, but he's crazy too. Then we got Zara, who just will do anything for Hearn. And it's like, you know, she's like that they're those kind of person who just follow their mission to the letter. And Hearn's like, I'm the almighty leader directing you to do things. So we still got another Dark Mai to go through, because she is a member of Babel, though. And now we're on another Dark Mai's page. Another Dark Mai, known as Dark Mai, is a character in BlazBlue Alternative Dark War. She is a possibility of Mai Natsume that has a calamity factor included within her existence. This calamity factor is blanked out, so we have no idea what that is, but anyway, fighting has become her reason for living, and she is currently acting on the behalf of a certain someone. I don't know what they mean, like the first certain someone as in the regards of Hearn, because he is, like, she's part of Babel, as far as my understanding. Then again, I wouldn't know shit. I would not know. I understand that she I think she is a member of Babel. I haven't read her page yet. But anyway. Completely unlike the original Mai Natsume, another Dark Mai revels in violence and battle, loving to fight whoever is in front of her. That's a huge change. Another Dark Mai has roughly the same physical abilities as the original Mai, but because of her lust for battle and death, she is more dangerous than the original. Her power is enough that she can kill Trinity Glassfield, a member of the Six Heroes, but this is reverted as Trinity was within her own phantom field. Man, imagine that. Like, imagine just like base Trinity gets killed by goddamn freaking another Dark Mai. Trinity gets killed by Mai's edgy OC. Anyway, another Dark Mai can also bow CL Sulfur to a standstill. Unlike many others, another Dark Mai is capable of leaving a phantom field via a cauldron, a feat that is usually impossible without the phantom field being corrected. Yeah, I definitely gotta look up more stuff about phantom fields. Trivia. Another Dark Mai is the first character to be introduced in BlazBlue Alternative Dark War to be summoned through the game's gacha system. Wait, really? Huh, okay. Anyway, Dark Mai's moveset has a theme named around flowers and Buddhism. Okay, so I now remember like Mai's moves were like based around flowers. So I guess I like that they kept that through another Dark Mai. It's actually pretty cool, but they added Buddhism on top of that. I wonder if Mori has anything to say about that. And let's go get a look at her. Like, she looks so cool, but like it's so weird just looking at her. Like, she still has the ribbon on and everything. Like she's been edged out, right? She's been edged the hell out, and yet I still see the freaking ribbon on her head, and it kind of just loses me. Another Dark Mai came into existence when a possibility of Mai Natsume had a calamity factor put into her existence. Okay, so my guess is that the reason these other dark characters exist is because this whole calamity factor, like, maybe, like, because the BlazBlue has a deal with possibilities and everything, maybe it's like, oh yeah, what if Mai encountered this calamity factor, boom, she'll turn into this another Dark Mai. And I think the same thing happened to Kagura, but I haven't got to Kagura's page yet. I still got, like, much more to go through. Becoming a new being with a lust for battle and destruction, another Dark Mai fell into the service of a certain someone has begun monitoring phantom fields on their behalf. So it's not Babel. Okay, never mind. I can't figure out if she was like a member of. I guess I gotta keep reading. I can't assume shit before I start reading. When investigating one particular phantom field, Mai came into contact with CL Sulfur and the two fought against each other. CL called her a puppet, but Mai was not fazed. The two continued fighting when they were interrupted by Rey. Mai moved in to swiftly kill them, but the phenomenal intervention occurred and Mai's blow missed. Confused and knowing that there was an observer in the midst, Mai's attention was turned away from both CL and Rey. In that period, the two of them escaped. I wonder why specifically Mai first. You know, like, why Mai was the one who was changed to another dark character first. Because I know we had Kagura before Mai, so I can't say that. But like, I wonder why Mai was the first character to be introduced, like, the playable. You know, it took a minute for Kagura to come in. Because Kagura was revealed, like, way before all this. Anyway, another Dark Mai eventually caught to CL and Rey, who alongside them, including Cosmo Caval and Rabe. CL asked if she was their enemy, but Mai did not take well to this, instead preferring they called her a villain. She taunted the group, saying that she was going to enjoy stabbing Rey repeatedly. Rey was beginning to observe her, but CL stopped this from happening. As Mai launched more threats of killing the group, Rabe used phenomenal intervention to teleport the group to the other side of the island. This disheartened Mai, but it allowed her to check out more of the island and continue with her objective. At some point, Dark Mai found Trinity Glassfield, the observer of the Phantom Field, near her own workshop. Without hesitation, Dark Mai killed her, thrusting her spear through her chest. Due to the rules of the Phantom Field, this was undone, and Trinity was resurrected with no recollection of her death. As an outsider to the field, Mai remembered the event. She then made her way through Ishana down its cauldron to lay in wait for her enemies. Finally, CL, Rey, Trinity, Rabe, and Cosmo arrived. Dark Mai taunted them and mocked Trinity's ability as an observer since the cauldron was inferior to an actual one. When CL asked why Mai was in the field, the response Dark Mai gave was that she was there to monitor information, but had stayed out of interest in both Rey and CL. Another Dark Mai challenged them in battle to sate her curiosity and to gauge their collective strength. As the battle ended, Dark Mai left by jumping through the cauldron, returned back to when she came and exiting the field. Huh. You know, I was expecting more than that, but you know, that's kind of cool though. I'm not gonna actually look at her moves and gameplay, you know, but yeah. All right, on to who's next? I think I'm gonna check out. I think I gotta check out Rey next because like I'm gonna check out Rey, then Rabe, then CL after this. Maybe I should check Rey, then CL, and then Rabe. Rey is the protagonist of BlazBlue Alternative Dark War, representing the player. They are a member of the Mitsurugi Agency and are protected by CL Sulfur. Together, they dive into phantom fields with Rabe in order to free the observer trapped within them. Rey's sex and personal details, such as her birthday and name, is determined by the player and can be changed at their discretion. Honestly, I do not like the designs for Rey. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I get it, but like, I feel like they could have come up with better designs, in my opinion. But this is like a mobile game, so they'll probably get like better designs later, like as like an alternate costume or whatever. They usually tend to do that kind of thing. Anyway. Obviously, the personality is largely determined by the dialogue choices the player makes. Fair enough. Okay, here we go. Rey is a possession of a drive known as Engazer. Like the song, like the actual song Engazer. Wow. That's kind of cool. They actually implemented that name to this. That's crazy. Which grants them the ability to observe regardless of circumstance. That's broken, but we're the player characters. We have to be broken. The power of observation is stronger than that of an observer within their respective phantom field. Rey observation even allows them to observe the Chrono Phantasma, those who should not exist variant, who normally cannot be observed even by the Amaterasu unit. Goddamn, we are awesome. Through this observation, they are able to embody the existence of a Chrono Phantasma, taking aboard the the dimensional boundary submersible warship Fugaku. What the hell is that? I could have sworn I heard somebody talk about Fugaku before, but I thought that was like a person. I wasn't expecting that to be the name of a ship. Anyway, the male version of Rey, it appears in the opening of BlazBlue Alternative Dark War. I already know that. Rey's drive was named after Kagami Hanjo. It shares its name with Engazer, the song from X-Blaze Lost Memories, and Rey's birthday is default is January 1st, because of course it is. The first day of the year, baby. Ooh, this is going to be a lot of reading for Rey, because we're the player characters, so this is going to take a while. Okay, so for reasons unknown, Rey was inside a phantom field, specifically one created by Trinity Glassfield. Within this field, which was set within the Magister city of Ishana prior to the Dark War, Rey's memories were altered to make them believe that they were a student of the Magus Guild. A version of Cosmo Caval was also present in this field, who was supposed to guide Rey across the island. Damn. I wonder what the big twist is with Rey's character. Like, I wonder what that's going to happen. Rey was seemingly a transfer in the Magus Guild. They could see a being known as the Red Sentinel. Cosmo believed this to be an indicator of that Rey had tremendous magical power despite reality being the opposite. I think I saw a picture of the Red Sentinels, like this red cloaked individual. Watch that be Ragnar or some shit, but you know, I'm not gonna make any theories now. Because all my theories come out wrong anyway, so might as well not even bother. Trinity joined in on the conversation, remarking that even Konoe A. Mercury and the 10 Sages had difficulty being able to see the Red Sentinel. Cosmo and Trinity continued on working on robes for Konoe's canonization ceremony, but then they saw Rey. But then Rey, goddamn, I'm so stupid. But then Rey saw the Sentinel in the hallway and gave chase. They ended up near the cauldron, which Rey recognized. The Red Sentinel began to speak and asked that Rey not lose. A Red Sentinel telling someone not to lose, or You know, I remember Ragnar being told that he was never going to lose, and he dresses in red. Again, no theory crafting, I can't do it. Rey was then moved to a forest where they interrupted a battle against another Dark Mai and CL Sulfur. Mai took notice and went to kill Rey, but at that moment, phenomenal intervention had occurred. Mai was distracted, so CL took Rey away from the fight. Rey lost consciousness. They began to dream, seeing CL, who introduced herself and promised to protect them. Rey awoke, finding CL next to them. Cosmo ran over to both of them, asking where Rey had been, and became increasingly alarmed as monsters began to swarm around the trio. Rey stood back as they were unable to fight, with both CL and Cosmo fought against the surrounding beasts. As the battle ended, CL called out to Rey, referring to him as an observer. Moments later, another Dark Mai arrived. Rey appeared to recognize her, but did not know where from. God damn it, my reading sucks. Cosmo and CL's noisy conversation about whether to engage against Mai led her, turning her attention toward them. Mai did not take well to being called an enemy and introduced herself as a villain who was about to stab Rey again. Rey then began to slightly break down, but was shaken out of it by CL, who asked that they don't observe another Dark Mai too closely. Mai then threatened to kill them all again, but the trio were teleported away from her thanks to Rabe, who had used phenomenal intervention. Both Rey and Cosmo were shocked by this, but CL explained the situation to them that they were now safe. CL continued telling them that she belonged to the Mitsurugi Agency and was not native to Ishana. Man, the Mitsurugi Agency is so weird because it's like everywhere, you know? Like, the Mitsurugi Agency has been said in what, X-Blaze, X-Blaze, God, my brain's flatlining. X-Blaze Village Experience. I remember Jubei mentioning about the Mitsurugi Agency when he fights Mai in Central Fiction. Like, the Mitsurugi Agency is just everywhere. Holy shit. Together, the group decided that since this Ishana was essentially empty of people, that they would try to find the cauldron within Ishana and find a way to solve what was wrong with the island. As the group headed further into the island, Cosmo explained to Rey about the Mage's Guild in Ishana's history. It was also here that Cosmo pointed out that Rey's uniform was an old design, one that hadn't been used by the guild in a long time, and that Rey was seemingly incapable of either using magic or sorcery. Damn, dude, I can't use no magic and sorcery? But I'm the Endgazer, though! But they were then attacked by monsters, but they were fought off due to a combination from CL and Rey, which they discovered together, allowing them to summon Chronophantasma, those who should not exist, as embodied units to fight alongside themselves. Oh wow, that's actually an in-game lore reason why they can do that. It's kind of cool. I always figured that it was just like a side thing, like the story's gonna be by itself. It's like, no, we can actually summon Chronophantasma. You know, people all throughout the BlazBlue series who technically should not exist in this alternative Dark War timeline deal. So that's kind of cool. I like that. The group then decided to head northeast towards the Ishana port to find a communication device in order to see who else might be on the island. When they eventually arrived, they did not find a working device, but instead were met by a piercing scream in the distance. Rey went to run over with Cosmo, but was held by CL. Oh god, man. That threw me off. Rey explained that they couldn't just sit back and let someone get hurt. Rey convinced CL to come with them. When I read these, I feel weird reading. You know, I always feel like I gotta say more than I have to. Anyway, the group then fought through the waves of monsters with Rey using summoned units to help. They finally made their way through, finding Trinity Glassfield. She told them that Ishana's barrier had disappeared and that a secondary defense system had likely activated in order to isolate the island within another dimension. The group decided the Great Library was likely the one place that would have information on how to save Ishana from its predicament. On Trinity's suggestion, that's not a word. On Trinity's suggestion, the group went through the sewers to reach the library while avoiding detection, but were attacked by more monsters. When they made their way out of the sewers into a park, they were attacked again. The island was swarming with monsters that were attracted to CL and seemingly Rey as well. The monsters were defeated, and the group made their way further towards the library, walking past the grand clock. Great. Another thing that's blinked out that I really want to know. I remember. The grand clock is like this giant thing that's shaped like the BlazBlue symbol. I remember that. Anyway, Rey noticed that the time on it had not changed, yet to Trinity, the time was indeed different. That's weird. Finally, inside the Great Library, Trinity made clear that they were going to have to fight a security system in order to enter the forbidden section of the library, which would contain the information they were looking for. After beating the golem summoned by the system, Trinity told them that she was uncomfortable with CL entering because she was an outsider, but CL stood firm, telling her that she needed to enter in order to protect Rey. Rey and Cosmo reaffirmed their trust in her, eventually persuading Trinity to allow CL and Rabe access to the hollowed sections. Rey helped comb through the numerous books, but it was CL who suggested they would find the cauldron once more and deactivate it, thereby taking Ishana out of the secondary security, which had placed it within another dimension. Yeah, I find that funny. It's like, you know what, we gotta save Ishana. How do we save Ishana? We just stuff it into another dimension. Anyway, before proceeding, Rey was asked if the plan was okay, and they gave it the go-ahead. The team then left, making their way to the most sacred of Ishana's destinations, where the cauldron most likely lay, the Ishana Cathedral. My throat is cracking up. Oh my god, there's so much to read with Rey. I should have did this first. On their way to the cathedral, CL confessed that she was going to destroy the cauldron. Trinity and Cosmo couldn't accept this, but Rey told them that they had no reason to distrust her, eventually persuade both of them the plan was sound. As they descended through the cathedral towards the cauldron, both CL and Cosmo told Trinity they believed her to be an observer who was subconsciously... Wait. Let me go back. My freaking brain flatlined there. What? As they descended through the cathedral towards the cauldron, both CL and Cosmo told Trinity that they believed her to be an observer who had subconsciously recreated Ishana, but they were unable to figure out why Rey had been placed within the Phantom Field alongside Cosma. More monsters flooded that the group defeated. Okay, that's interesting. As the group reached the cauldron, they saw another Dark Mai who had been waiting for their arrival. She expressed an interest in Rey and CL, telling them that she had stayed within the field because she found them interesting. A battle between Dark Mai and the unit summoned by Rey and CL. Eventually, the dust settled, and Dark Mai left to get a cauldron. Trinity turned towards the group, unable to accept her position as an observer and unable to let her desires go. She was battled and defeated. Wow, that's... I was like, okay, we're gonna fight another Dark Mai, and then we're just gonna beat the shit out of Trinity. Anyway, CL was then able to activate her BlazBlue alternative as Rey observed it, allowing for the cauldron to be destroyed and for Trinity to be freed from her Phantom Field. Again, I gotta look up freaking Phantom Fields and shit. I know what a Phantom Field is, but like I gotta refresh it. Anyway, as the field was beginning to reform into a new possibility, CL took Rey with her, and the two came aboard of the Dimensional Boundary Submersible Warship Fugaku. That's a name. The DBSWF. That's a name. When CL regained an understanding of where they were greeted by Kagami Hajo. After boarding the Fugaku, Rey was taken for a medical check that was organized by Kagami. She confirmed that they were medically sound and proceeded to introduce herself, the Fugaku, and the Mitsurugi Agency. She then explained that they were inside the boundary, sailing through it in order to find various Phantom Fields, the worlds that should not exist. So that's kind of funny. They're actually in a submarine warship, sailing through the boundary. Okay, that's okay. Kagami further explained that to Rey that the Ishana that they were in was a Phantom Field that had reset 182 times, and that it was created by Trinity's own desires. In order to save the observers who were trapped within their Phantom Fields, the cauldron within the field had to be destroyed. Kagami further explained to Rey that she had no idea how they came to be in the Phantom Field and that they were not magically strong enough to be admitted to Ishana. She then asked them to join the agency in freeing the trapped observers. As well as this, she confirmed to Rey that they had a drive which was the ability to observe at an unprecedented level. This drive was renamed Engazer, and Rey listed as Kagami explained what a drive is. CL interrupted. Oh my god, I'm still in the prologue? Oh my god. Wait, how much more I gotta go? Holy shit, okay. We're in this for the long haul. We're in this for the long haul, people. Holy shit, I did not realize I was... Oh my god, dude. Holy shit. I get it, but damn it. Okay, anyway. CL interrupted Kagami as she was trying to force Rey to help them. Kagami introduced Rey to the Takamagahara system, which was controlling the Fugaku, and asked that they were... Wait, what? What? Okay, let me reread that one. Kagami introduced Rey to the Takamagahara system, which was controlling the Fugaku. Takamagahara? You know, I did see that thing, that little symbol they had. It's an Event Horizon. Wait, was it the Event Horizon Observing System or something like that? The Takamagahara, like they had a logo for all the stuff. They had that little symbol and on all the characters what they had on the website, on the Alternative Dark World website. Anyway, it asked that they think about the offer to join them. Rey was then escorted by CL back to their room where she thanked them for their help in Ishana. She then confessed without Rey she had difficulty operating the BlazBlue Alternative and left afterwards. The following day, Rey confirmed to Kagami that they wanted to help. With CL and Rabe, Rey dived into the new Phantom Field. In the field, Rabe introduced itself as fixed and able to speak. It explained that it is based on Kagami's personality and would help guide them in the fields. Okay, I know what Rabe's deal is. Rey listened to CL and Rabe discussed that the way they could help identify this observer in this field is... You know what? Let me finish the sentence. Eventually concluding that they would have to have a drive and also subconsciously avoid the cauldron. Okay, so knowing how CL sticks to Rey, I'm not gonna bother reading Rey's deal. Like hers is gonna be just as long, and I am not in the mood of reading that. But I will get to the other characters. But Rey's is gonna take me a while. I am not used to reading out loud for this long. With this in mind, the three of them began their search. CL left to do reconnaissance, leaving Rey and Rabe alone. Rabe told Rey that they would need to prioritize their own survival and that CL was many times stronger than they are. CL soon returned and explained that they would need to fight through monsters made of see-through in order to reach a nearby village. When he arrived at the village, the villagers were wary, believing them to be from the Novus Orbis Librarium. Before much more could happen, the NOL surrounded them, believing that the group were part of a local resistance. Rey, CL, and Rabe fought back, defeating the guards. A version of Tsubaki Yayoi then appeared, and having rallied the soldiers together, was able to detain Rey, Rabe, and CL. The group were detained in a cell within the 17th hierarchical city of Yamatsumi. Oh yeah, they finally actually bring up the other hierarchical cities, because I don't think we ever had an explanation of what Yamatsumi was. Cool. Where Tsubaki began to interrogate them. His interrogation was cut short as she realized that they were unfamiliar with the world around them. Instead, she explained the NOL and the concept of a hierarchical city to them. You know, I like how this idea is like introducing characters, introducing people to this stuff, because maybe people are playing BlazBlue Alternative Dark War for the very first time and have no idea what BlazBlue is. So I kind of like that. Anyway, Tsubaki then soon left afterwards. Rey, listening as CL and Rabe decide to aid the resistance so they can learn more about the Phantom Field, thereby helping to identify the observer. They were interrupted by a woman in another cell who picked up on the group not being from this world. An explosion rang throughout the building as the resistance members fled into the prison to rescue the woman in the cell. Bullet, the resistance leader. Oh, that's sick. The rescue was headed by Kuon, Glamred, Stroheim, and together the resistance and the trio were able to escape. Oh, well, that's kind of cool. Like, Kuon and Bullet are working together. Who would have guessed that? Damn. Okay, let me just... Freaking throat's killing me. Whew. Okay, the NOL gave chase. Rey, CL, Rabe, Bullet, Kuon stuck together to distract the NOL from other resistance members who were freed. They fought against the security golem, besting it. Finally escaping from Yamatsumi, Bullet offered the group the chance to join her in the resistance and taking down the NOL. His invitation was turned down, and instead Bullet told them of an inn outside the hierarchical city where they could stay. They then said their goodbyes, and while walking to the inn, Kuon confided in them that she was a contaminant similar to the group. So what I'm guessing is that Kuon is like another person who didn't belong to this world. She's a person from the outside. So they're calling them contaminants. Okay, then. Okay. I get it. She recognized Rey's attire as an old Ishanin uniform. Eventually, they arrived at the village with the inn and were finally able to sleep. The following morning, they listened to the villagers' impressions of both the resistance and the NOL before leaving for another village. In the next village, the group found it was being attacked by monsters while being defended by Bullet. They came to her aid, managing to stop any casualties from occurring. Bullet agreed to help them over to the next village. On the way to the next village, the group was attacked. Damn, there's a lot to read. Holy shit. God damn it. I'm gonna keep going. On the way to the next village, the group destroyed various monsters who were blocking the path. In that village, it was apparent that Bullet was loved and adored by the people there, and she revealed that she is fighting for her pride. Bullet promised them that she would help them as much as possible. Yeah, that's nice. Bullet helping out people. Bullet just being a nice girl. It's nice. Nice that circumstances allowed Bullet to get into this kind of position. Anyway, Bullet later gave a mission to CL, Rey, Rabe, and Kuon. Infiltrate Yamatsumi to rescue a trapped resistance member. They agreed to take on the mission and infiltrate the city without incident. The group soon found an agent and agreed to escort him in the fight through the sewer system. Rabe stayed behind to guard the agent while Rey, CL, and Kuon went for lunch and to gather information. Hoodlums approached them after their meal, but Kuon soundly defeated them using explosive magic. This, however, attracted NOL guards to their position. The guards oddly let them go, rousing suspicion in both CL and Kuon. I am reading much more than is actually here, goddammit. When the night approached, the group went to the sewers but were discovered by patrolling guards. With no choice, the group fought through them. It's a lot of fighting monsters, because you gotta do it. It's the game. The sewers were filled with demons, which the group were forced to fight through. After fighting through I feel sorry for this wiki. I feel sorry for the person who wrote this wiki article. I honestly feel sorry for him, because even reading's hurt my throat. Imagine them typing it. Damn. After fighting through hordes of monsters, Rabe and Kuon discussed how unusual the NOL was acting. Despite being on high alert for resistance members, the entrance into Yamatsumi had been easy, and the guards did not care much for Kuon's explosive fight earlier that day. They were interrupted by Ripper, who had suddenly appeared to attack them. CL shoved aside Rey during this fight as Ripper landed deep blows on the agent, Kuon, and took a shallow slash herself. The fight was going badly for the group until Bullet arrived with backup. Ripper left in response to her arrival. Bullet escorted the group back to a village where they could recover. CL, Rey, and Robbie decided they would be going to investigate the NOL within Yamatsumi. Kuon stopped them, telling them that she... Wait. Oh, God, my throat. Kuon stopped them, telling them that she would be joining them as she felt responsible for Ripper since they were from the same possibility. Okay, so my original thing was like, it's just like a world where all these characters just existed at once. You know what I mean? But no, like they acknowledge that they're from different possibilities from a certain character, and like they just got melded into this whole thing with Alternative Dark War. Okay, I can get that. Anyway, they made their way to the higher levels of Yamatsumi to get a better understanding of the city, but they were almost immediately spied by Tsubaki and the NOL guards surrounding her. The guards attacked the group, but Tsubaki interrupted them and dismissed the guards. Robbie offered to give her information about the resistance so as long as they could talk in private, and Tsubaki agreed. They moved to a more private area where Tsubaki asked them to be mediators between herself and the resistance. Jin Kisaragi will be arriving in Yamatsumi soon with reinforcements to continue building and managing the city, and that they were going to destroy the resistance as well. The group agreed to help as mediators to avoid bloodshed. Wait. Mediators. Wait. Information about the resistance. Damn, that's kind of sucks. Just freaking sold them out. I bet there's more to it. I'm just reading a base level of this shit. Anyway. As the group came back down Yamatsumi to return to the village, they were about to be attacked by Ripper. CL, Robbie, and Kuon asked him who was ordering to attack them, but he declined to answer, instead sharpening his blades and attacking them. Tsubaki interrupted the fight, forcing Ripper to flee once more. She handed a communique to the group as they explained that Ripper had been killing resistance agents, meaning that negotiations were unlikely to go well. Regardless, they agreed to continue to act as mediators. They continued their way back to the village, but found Bullet and other resistance members in the middle of a raid. They learned that she was going to steal. They learned she was going to steal a mechanical shaft that was essential to the development of Yamatsumi. They extended the offer for negotiations that Tsubaki wanted, but Bullet declined, telling them that she would never join the NOL, nor she would allow them to continue to do as they please. To prevent them from leaking the raid to Tsubaki, Bullet ordered that the resistance members apprehend the group or were powerless to do so. Aww, sad Bullet times. CL called Tsubaki and alerted her to the raid. Tsubaki relayed that the parts were already arrived and that Bullet had likely been given false information. The raid would instead be on a civilian group, which could lead to fatal casualties. Damn. Tsubaki reunited with Rey, Robbie, CL, and Kuon, and also made her aware that Bullet had declined her peace offering. Before they could act to stop her, they were interrupted by Hibiki Kohaku. He told the group that they were under arrest as they had broken from the jail that they were confined to earlier. After a fight, Tsubaki had ordered the group to leave and stop the resistance while she held off Hibiki. They caught the Bullet and helped her escape from the NOL after telling her and that the resistance day had been set up. Man. Shit. My freaking brains. I feel like my brain's flatlining the more I read. I am not used to reading this much. I apologize. I mean, I didn't have to read this, but I want to read it out loud to absorb the information into my brain. When I read stuff out loud, it helps me remember shit more. When they returned to the village, the group found that it was destroyed with scores of dead bodies. Ripper had destroyed it, killing many people while taking pleasure in doing so. Bullet swore revenge on the NOL, knowing that this order must have come from Hibiki Kohaku. She rallied everyone together and ordered that they would destroy the mechanical shaft. Kuon, CL, Robbie, and Rey pleaded her to reconsider, but these pleas fell on deaf ears. The group decided they needed to see Tsubaki. Following morning, Kuon, Robbie, Rey, and CL were surrounded by the resistance, weapons raised. The group struggled, hoping to break free, but this ended when Bullet arrived and took Rey hostage. Oh, this is sad. I actually was kind of happy for Bullet, and now it's like she's just not vibing anymore. Bullet and the other members of the resistance left soon afterwards. With few guards left, the group was able to bust out and free Rey. Then it's the second time they just get freaking like stuck in some kind of hostage situation in jail and shit. As the group made their way towards Yamatsumi, Robbie called Tsubaki and made her aware of what Bullet was aiming to do, and also told her about the massacre that Ripper had enacted upon the village. Tsubaki told them that the shaft the resistance were targeting was essential to Yamatsumi's infrastructure. Without it, the city would collapse. They were able to reunite with her and a group of NOL soldiers loyal to her. The group ventured deeper into the NOL branch, finding no guards protecting the perimeter. Tsubaki noted that the soldiers were likely being held by Hibiki and battling the resistance on a higher level. They accidentally activated a security golem, but were able to destroy it before proceeding. Ripper then appeared, confessing to the slaughter of the villagers. The group battled against him, managed to defeat him, and forcing his retreat. CL and Rabe made the decision that they would have to push forward to find Hibiki and Bullet before it was too late. You know what? I remember seeing the art about Hibiki and Bullet together. I figured they were all working together. Guess not. Anyway, when they finally found that the two were locked in battle, while soldiers from the NOL and Resistance lay nearby, Tsubaki pleaded with them both, begging the violence to stop with a passionate speech that resonated with the nearby villagers. They pleaded with Bullet to stop the violence, but she refused, and the Phantom Field began to rewind before the soldiers agreed with Tsubaki. Now they turned against her. Kuon, CL, Rey, and Rabe defeated these soldiers. Wow, that's how convenient. This freaking Phantom Field's like, nope. It's like, Tsubaki's like, guys, please, look, I got this long-ass speech I'm gonna tell you. Please don't fight. And then the freaking Phantom's like, nope. That's weak, dude. That's weak. Whoever did that was weak. Anyway, reinforcements came to back up Bullet, and it was then that CL and Rabe knew that Bullet was the observer of the Phantom Field. Damn, dude. Shit, everyone's an observer. God damn. Even Bullet. Jesus Christ, man. Just observers everywhere. Observers everywhere. You can be an observer. You can be an observer. You can be an observer. They were able to conclude that all she wanted to do was fight forever, and that any attempts to stop would always be prevented. Peace or victory were never options, only violence. God damn, Bullet. Jesus. CL was then able to confirm the presence of a cauldron and explain that they could destroy the cauldron destroy it to free the field. Hibiki sided with the group, but then Bullet then began to attack, not letting them take away the only thing she had ever known: violence. It's kind of sad, but damn it. Monsters flooded and generated by the Phantom Fields to exterminate the group. The Phantom Field then began to operate to continue the battle forever, something that Bullet cannot even control. Damn, she pulled off that shit where you have like God, what was that game? Pokemon, I think Pokemon Platinum or Pokemon Emerald, I think, which one of them? Like you have two Wobbuffets and they have both Shadow Tag, which means you can't swap out the Pokemon. And because they have moves that they can't attack with, it's like an infinite loop. Anyway, what was I? Yeah, people are not going to understand that if they know Pokemon. Hibiki, under observation of the field, changed sides to fight alongside Bullet. So that's why I thought they were working together? Because I swear to God, this whole Phantom Field shit is just weird. And the two attack with combined forces from the NOL and the Resistance. Bullet's observation then focused on Tsubaki as it tried to make her hostile towards the group. I don't know why I find that funny. Tsubaki tried fighting back, but it was a losing battle until the arrival of Jin Kisaragi. He then demanded that Tsubaki move to the back line while he stood with CL, Rey, Rabe, and Kuon to fight against Bullet. The group wasn't able to defeat Bullet, something which she accepted. Jin stayed behind to look after Hibiki as everyone else went down to the cauldron. They said their goodbyes as CL destroyed it, allowing Rey, Rabe, and CL to return to the Fugaku. On aboard the ship, Kagami congratulated them on the job, but CL insisted that Rey get some sleep. Later on, both Rey and CL enjoyed some time together. Oh god, that was a lot to read. Holy shit. But yeah, that's all I've read so far as I'm understanding. Okay, that was a lot to read, but I'm not done yet. Sadly enough, I am not done yet. Okay, so I'm skipping CL's entirely because, again, CL's always with Rey, so I'm not going to count hers because it's probably the same thing. So I'm going to move on to Kagami Hajo. So yeah, Kagami Hajo is a member of the Mitsurugi agency who guides CL, Sulfur, and Rey as they venture through the various Phantom Fields. Rabe is based on her personality. Now, I remember being shocked by the idea of like Kagami Hajo existing because like there are like there's the Yamato Hokasaka family and there's like four other families underneath them. If I remember correctly, there's a Terumi family, the Kagatatsu family, the Hajo family, and the Terumi family. So I was really shocked to know that there's another Hajo member. That's actually really cool. Okay, skipping that. Oh, she has no. Although Kagami's last name is Hajo, it is unknown whether she is a member of the Hajo family, a branch family of the Yamato Hokasaka clan. I figured she would have more to her. I know she runs the shop in the game. So there's that. Kagami lived in a Phantom Field alongside CL Sulfur. One day, their observer was released from the torment of monitoring the field, but instead of their world being corrected and reinformed into a future possibility, it vanished. Before this happened, Kagami took CL aboard the Dimensional Boundary submersible warship Fugaku, a submarine that can withstand the boundary. At some point, CL's personality... Let's say CL. God damn it. Let me figure that one again. At some point, Kagami's personality was put into Rabe, an independent thought unit. Okay, that's... Don't know what that is, but I guess we're going to learn. Anyway, Kagami would send both CL and Rabe into different phantom fields to not just free the trapped observer, but also to glimpse some clues on how to save their lost world. CL and Rabe returned from a phantom field, which was observed by Trinity Glassfield. With them was Rey, a young person with a drive that could allow them to perform extraordinary levels of observation. Kagami clarified that she could everything she could to them, explaining phantom fields in the state of the one that Rey, CL, and Rabe had just returned from. Although Kagami was watching everything unfold from the field, from the safety of the Fugaku, she was unable to intervene on anything and would have liked the retrieval of another Dark Mai. Regardless, Kagami asked Rey to join their cause and named their drive as Engazer. Rey accepted. The following day, Kagami guided the group to dive. Okay, this dive with a capitalization, so that might be something. To dive again into another phantom field. When they came back from the phantom field, one created by Bullet, Kagami congratulated the group on another successful mission. I'm sorry, my voice sounds like it's been muffled. Like, my beard, I need to shave, like, my mustache so bad. It's freaking bothering the shit out of me, god damn it. Alright, I think Rabe is the final character I can talk about before I actually move on to terminology and whatnot. Rabe, short for Astrolabe, is an independent thought unit with a personality based on Kagami Hanjo. Rabe assists Rey and CL Sulfur with their dives into phantom fields. Okay. Due to Rabe having her personality based on Kagami, she shares several of her mannerisms in her personality. She considers herself cute and dependable and exudes self-confidence. She has a great deal of knowledge about observers, phantom fields, and drives. Rabe is keenly aware of their surroundings and social situations and tries to keep both CL and Rey out of trouble. This task can be difficult due to the pair's inexperience of the world around them, meaning that Rabe is often in charge of the situations at hand. Despite having Kagami's personality, the two do not share the same thoughts, and Rabe is an independent existence. As an observer, goddamn, even Rabe, goddamn it. I mean, I guess you have to be an observer to go to these phantom fields, so I guess technically everyone could be. Goddamn, that's a lot of observers. Anyway, as an observer, Rabe is capable of some level of phenomenal intervention, including the ability to mimic teleportation by transporting a small group from one area to another. She's capable of doing any real fighting, and most of her power comes from the vast amount of knowledge she possesses. Rabe can only levitate a meter of 2 meters off the ground and cannot fly. Astrolabe, which Rabe is named after, is the ancient astronomical device equivalent to a handheld model of the universe. Oh, that's sick. That's sick. I'm not gonna read the biography for Rabe because again, it's like CL and Rabe stick close to Rey, and already read enough for Rey. So yeah, we're gonna move on to the terminology after this. Okay, I definitely needed a refresher course on what a phantom field was because as I was in the process of making this video, my mind just started thinking, what the hell's a phantom field again? So yeah, here we go. A phantom field is a world created by an observer to grant a wish. They are split from the regular passage of time and will loop from a specific starting point until the observer's wish is granted. Phantom fields are powered by the ether flowing from the boundary via a cauldron. Wait a minute. This phantom field sounds familiar, right? I said it will loop from a specific starting point to the observer's wish is granted. Okay, so like I think when I think about this, I think about like the looping world of BlazBlue, right? Where like, you know, Amaterasu was like the top observer who can pretty much observe anything. I remember like when Ragnar the Bludge would die or become the Black Beast or some shit would happen, they would loop back to the Dark War era and start again from there. So like that's what it reminds me of. Like the Phantom Field is kind of like the real world, but like its own thing. I'm probably talking out of my ass right now. In most cases, phantom fields operate independently of their observers after their creation. The observer and others caught within the phantom field are usually unaware of the phantom field's existence, and the observer themselves unaware of their own status as the observer. Being forced to recognize it will cause a mental breakdown. Oh, well, that sucks. A stronger observer can take over as the observer of a phantom field and override the original observer, which will cause the phantom field to reconstruct itself to match its new observer. That's a lot. Okay. Let me read that one slowly because that freaking nearly made my brain crash. A stronger observer can take over as the observer of the phantom field. Okay, fair enough. Okay, I get it. And override the original observer, which will cause the phantom field to reconstruct itself to match its new observer. Okay, I get it. Okay, I get it. So basically, like, so let's say we have an example. Let's say Kokonoe and Rachel, right? Let's say Kokonoe was an observer, which she is, and she created her own phantom field. Then Rachel comes in. I mean, I know Rachel's an observer and an onlooker, but like an onlooker is like a stronger observer anyway. So that's the best example. So Rachel would essentially take over Kokonoe's phantom field as a new observer and override Kokonoe's rule over it. And because of that, it will reconstruct itself to match Rachel's needs rather than Kokonoe's. Okay, best example I can use there. Destroying its cauldron. Whoops, zoomed in too far. Destroying its cauldron will shut down the phantom field, after which the phantom field will gradually return to the original state of the world. The greater the discrepancy between the phantom field and the original world, the longer it will take for the world to return to normal. Jesus. The world console. The world console governs the creation of the phantom field. A powerful observer like Kokonoe can interfere with the world console to intentionally alter the phantom field. Otherwise, phantom fields are constrained by their observers and cannot manifest what their observer cannot imagine. Shit. Can I imagine like a giant world of pillows? Boom. Phantom field. World of pillows. Phantom fields may pull in people from things from other worlds to better create a situation that can grant observer its wish, known as contaminants. Self-aware contaminants can be candidates for its removal. Okay, that's kind of cool. I get it. Oh, so that's why Kuon mentioned the contaminants thing. It's like, okay, I get it. Okay, so it's basically if you're trying to wish for something that the phantom field cannot produce, the phantom field will pull things from like other worlds to try to get your wish created. Okay, I get that. The power of order acts as the unbreakable law of the world, and it works to keep the phantom field intact and operational after its creation. Damn, so now the power of order is everywhere. This includes provisions that an observer of a phantom field cannot destroy its cauldron, and it will work to remove outside forces like self-aware contaminants and strangers who have infiltrated from the outside. Okay, so now I gotta look up the word. I gotta look up contaminants now. A contaminant is any existence that doesn't belong to the original world a phantom field was constructed from or based off of. It includes existences that were pulled, quote unquote, pulled into the phantom field after its creation, not those that dive in from the outside. Phantom fields, or the power of order that governs them and ensures the world's continued existence, rejects contaminants and will attempt to purge them. And in Dark War, usually by sending packs of Seether-infested monsters and creatures generated from Seether after them. Well, that's a weird way of trying to justify all the monsters coming into creation. Like the world itself is saying, get the hell out of here, damn it. Compare with strangers, who are people who purposely infiltrate a phantom field or the world from the outside. So basically, like someone like, Rabe, Rey, Ciel, and they're counted as strangers because they dive in from a phantom field. Say they dive into a phantom field from the outside. Okay. Notably, Naruto was a contaminant in BlazBlue Central Fiction. Oh, that's kind of cool. I know they actually like have a name for him. You know, like they was like, oh, I get it now. Okay, so now I gotta look up strangers. A stranger, also known as an uncertain existence, is someone who intentionally enters a phantom field from outside of it. Not to be consumed with contaminants, which describes any existence that doesn't belong to the original world the phantom field was constructed off or based off of, including existences that were pulled into a phantom field after its creation, not just those who died from the outside. Okay, so Kokonoe uses different readings when she talks about strangers than Rabe does. She uses uncertain factors, foreigner. Okay, I get it. Members. Because the status of being a stranger is relative to the phantom field, members change depending on the phantom field, but consistent strangers throughout Dark War could include the members of Babel, Rey, Ciel Sulfur, and Rabe. Rey and another Dark Mai were explicitly named strangers by Kagami Hanjo. Okay. Alright, so now we got contaminants in our mind. We got strangers out there. Who else we got? Oh yeah, we still got Fugaku to talk about. The dimensional boundary submersible warship Fugaku is a submarine that traverses the boundary. It is piloted by Kagami Hanjo and the Takamagahara system. The Fugaku was originally in a phantom field, seemingly belonging to the Mitsurugi agency. When the observer of the phantom field was free, it began to form into a possibility, but for some reason it was being erased. Kagami Hanjo and CL Sulfur took the Fugaku to escape. They began using it to traverse the boundary and discover other phantom fields, hoping for some clue on how to restore the possibility they came from. Also gotta look up possibility. Can't forget that. Also gotta look up possibility and Chrono Phantasm after this, because they're all tied to this. There are several areas to the Fugaku. There's a staffed kitchen and cafeteria that's free to use by residents. So basically, the Fugaku is like this. It's a giant like warship, but it's also like a living space. There's also a laundry room and a medical bay, as well as multi-purpose room that is used for briefings but can withstand combat training. There's also a command room. The Fugaku is staffed, and I wonder how. I can imagine that's crazy. Anyway, the Fugaku is staffed, and the Chrono Phantasma, those who should not exist, are summoned, who are also resident aboard the submarine. Imagine if you just freaking summon Teremi's ghost form and he has to stand next to someone like freaking, I don't know, you summon Bang Shishigami or whatever, I don't freaking know. Okay, so the residents, so basically people you summon are also like residents of the Fugaku. Okay. I swear to God, there was like something in Fate. Like there's like this place in Fate where they summon all the people, like the main hub area. I can't remember the name for it. The Chadalia, I can't remember. Caldalia, I don't even know the name, but I think that was it. I also gotta say, if you guys are still watching this video by then, I really appreciate it. I mean, it's just me reading, so thank you. A possibility refers to a world that runs parallel to others. Phenomena intervention is used discreetly to change one minor possibility into another. This article will be referring to major possibilities such as parallel worlds and characters. Major events called divergences between possibilities leading to different worlds. As each possible world runs parallel to each other, there are instances where certain terms are used, but can mean different things. So that's why I kept thinking, it's like, man, what the hell? Why are certain things being used in one place and then another? You know what I mean? Like, what the shit? Like, I kept thinking about that the entire time, and I just kept thinking, I was just like, you know, I kept thinking they were almost the same thing, but just happening in different ways. But okay, thank you. Damn. I probably should have known that earlier, though. What Grimoire means in the BlazBlue possibility and the X-Blaze possibility is different. Is not known what triggers the existence of majorly different possible worlds. The X-Blaze possibility likely diverged from the BlazBlue possibility after the occurrence of the Yamatsumi incident, as Nine the Phantom was unable to find evidence of it occurring in her world. Huh. If I remember correct, the Yamatsumi incident was like a bunch of like people just started vanishing and shit. I remember that somewhat. I gotta look that up later. It's not gonna be that part of the field, but still. Both the boundary and the phantom field exists between possibilities, making travel between these parallel worlds possible through the use of certain powers. This was true for Naoto Kurogane, as he was taken from his own possibility and flung to many different ones by Raquel Alucard before arriving to the BlazBlue one. See, I want to know that if Naoto, like, he knew about Hazma, right, at one point. He knew about a female Hakuin. So I want to know if one of the possibilities he was flung to, he met Hazma, and then another one he was flung to, he met Subakuman. Again, whatever. Anyway, during the events of BlazBlue Centrifugation, by preventing Ragnar the Bludge from killing Hazma, Naoto was able to save all possibilities, including his own. With his mission complete, he returned to his own world. There is little information available on possibilities and what exactly they entail. There also exists different possibilities of people, such as the case with Mai Natsume and another Dark Mai, which is a possibility of Mai, which includes a calamity factor within her existence. Okay, so there's the possibilities. So there's the BlazBlue possibilities, and it's the main possibility in the setting for the C series. There is the X-Blaze possibility, and this is a possibility for the BlazBlue one and the setting of the X-Blaze. So they basically like, okay. The Blood Edge Experience possibility. This is a possibility for the BlazBlue one in the setting of the Blood Edge Experience series. Okay. So, okay. I think I got it. So we got BlazBlue's the main one. And let's say, how do I describe this? Let's say we have a road, right? Let's say we have a road, like a highway, and like we got 3 lanes, right? So the middle lane is the BlazBlue possibility, which is the main one. On the right lane is X-Blaze, and it runs parallel to the BlazBlue one. And we got Blood Edge Experience, which is on the left lane, and it runs parallel to the BlazBlue one. Okay. I wonder how that entails, because there's characters like Mei Amano Hokusaka, she exists in Blood Edge Experience. So I want to know if that's a different possibility if Mei Amano Hokusaka, or if she's like, you know, like she was like a version of May who existed there or whatever. I'm not gonna get into that right now because that's gonna hurt my brain even more than it already is. But yeah, okay. I think I've learned enough. I think I got all the information in my head about alternative Dark War after this moment. Okay, so I already knew the idea of a Chrono Phantasma, but you know, it never hurts to refresh your mind on stuff. Chrono Phantasma, those who should not exist. Because I noticed that there's like two different versions. There's like Phantoms of Time and Chrono Phantasma, which I just don't know why the idea of the name Chrono Phantasma was used for both of these. They could have honestly, it could have been named something else. Like if Celica was going to be a Chrono Phantasma, not have the Phantom of Time, and that's the word Chrono, Time, Phantasma, Phantom. Like why? You know, you could have had like I get it, but why the same name? I get it, but why? Anyway. The Chrono Phantasma, those who should not exist, are individuals who do not belong in the time period, in the time they are present in. They are similar to, but should not be mistaken for, Chrono Phantasma is a Phantom of Time. Again, why the same name? I get it, but why? Whatever, shit. Anyway, a Chrono Phantasma is simply someone who does not belong to the period of time they are in. They are an anomaly that should not exist, and because of this, will disappear in the space of a few months. This allotted time will shorten depending on how much power they exhaust. Chrono Phantasmas are weaker versions of the people they once were. Celica's ability to suppress Seether was far stronger when she was alive during the Dark War, but her innate power was much weaker when she was resurrected. It is unknown how to specifically become a Chrono Phantasma. In Celica's case, a copy of her soul was made when she was a young adult during the Dark War, and after the original Celica's death nearly essential... After the original Celica's death nearly a century later, this copy was put back into the world by Kokonoe, creating a Chrono Phantasma. Who had the time to copy Celica's soul? That's what I want to know. When did this happen? You know, who copied Celica's soul? Like shit, anyway. Because they are anomalies, the Chrono Phantasma are immune to any kind of observation, any form of observation, my bad. They are recognized, matter of fact, I'm going to read observation. I want to get all the information I need into my brain before I end this video. They cannot be recognized by even the Amaterasu unit, and this extends to the people they spend time with. The environment around them, however, can change. Celica was absorbed to the embryo, where everything around her became distorted, but she was unaffected and retained her memories when the majority of the characters are lost theirs due to phenomenal intervention. In BlazBlue Alternative Dark War, the units are summoned through the game's gacha system are Chrono Phantasma. They are the embodiment of the observational powers of Rey and her drive, Engazer. And I can see, because they said people who are summoned as Chrono Phantasma just, fade away after a while. They cannot stay like that. So because Rey possesses the drive Engazer, like this really uber powerful drive, and they can observe them for like a very long time, I can see why the units you summon can stay without fading away. That makes total sense. That makes total sense. And finally, to end off this video, like for reals this time, an observer. An observer is a person who is able to create phenomenal interventions by acknowledging reality and using their will to enforce it. This ability is staunchly called observing. There are several observers, and although they have great power, to wield it is also risky. I did make a video about the lifelink not too long ago, and I had to talk about observation. Anyway, observers have the unique ability to use phenomenal intervention, a technique that can allow them to freeze time, and even maybe. Let me read that again. My freaking Observers have the ability to use phenomenal intervention, a technique that can allow them to freeze time and even manipulate reality around them as they perceive it. When one is observed, they are fixed into reality, becoming what they are observed to be. Arakune, a being of pure Seether, was observed to be in his liquid state by Kokonoe. Seether usually evaporates after a set time, but Kokonoe's observation prevented his death. Once a god it observes, it is no longer able to exist as a god, but now exists as a thing. The same applies to the Master Unit and even the successor of the Azure. Subjects can have multiple observers, and combat is one of the best ways for an observer to strengthen the recognition of a target. All known onlookers are observers. Observing is dangerous, however, the observer needs to continuously observe themselves and their target to maintain their existences. Without doing so, they will vanish. Machinery and arts maggots can be used to amplify one's observation, but it is not a reliable method. Furthermore, an overdrive can be used to alleviate the burden of observing, but it is dangerous. So we got all the observers here. So yeah. All right, I think that's it. I think that's actually it this time. You know what? To be fair, I already did make a video about new already, but just to do a refresh anyway. Let's see. We already know what New is, and as of BlazBlue Alternative Dark Wars, she had discarded her identity to become as New 13 and has chosen the name Juson or 13. I've been calling her 13 in Roman numerals because like it looks cooler. Everyone calls her Juson now. You know, like if they were to say how her name, they would call her Juson, but I'm not calling her. I'm calling her 13. I mean, I guess saying Juson would differentiate her from New instead of saying, hey, it's New. Because does anyone even say the whole name New 13 all the time? I guess I could do. Anyway, let's go with personality. We know about New's personality, but we want to get down to Juson, baby. Following the events of BlazBlue Central Fiction, New discarded her identity and chose a new name for herself, Juson. Noelle and Lambda will soon become known to her as her sisters, although she has learned to be wary of Noelle's cooking, of course. Instead of staying as an emotionless husk, Juson has developed her own emotions and personality. She is cool, calm, and aloof. She is not like to dwell in the past, but has time to reflect on the philosophies such as her denial and the belief of a god. Juson is fond of animals, like cats, and will give up some of her own food to them. Juson hates remembering her past life, and she has some semblance of self-hatred. She sees the suffering of the observers trapped within their phantom fields, and if given the opportunity, Juson will save them from their despair. Having ventured to different time periods as a part of the phantom fields, Juson has her preferences. She dislikes primes. She dislikes fields set before the Dark War, as she is accustomed to their filthy air. It appears that she is searching for Ragna, and some of her old salacious feelings still lurk beneath. Despite this, she aims for some normality and to be rid of those darker feelings that permeate her identity as New. I like that. It's so awesome just to see New just become so goddamn cool. Following the events of Central Fiction, Juson has discarded the use of the Murakumo and only keeps one of his swords by her side, using it as a traditional blade. Damn, dude, why come she doesn't dual wield, bro? She like 8 of those blades, right? She's just dual wield. Anyway, somehow she has gained use of Gigant Take Mikazuchi as her new Nox Tutorials of choice instead. I know she absorbed like Take Mikazuchi in BlazBlue Central Fiction, if I remember correctly. So like, it's kind of cool though. Like she's able to use it now. Using her inherited abilities as a prime field, Juson is able to enter into a phantom field of her own volition while not experiencing the distorted essence of the boundary. While she has begun recovering mentally, Juson has gained new weaknesses. She has phases where she'll go briefly unconscious against her will, and her right eye will occasionally throb in pain. And I already know I read her event in my 13 video, but I'm just going to go over it again just for the hell of it because I got time to spare. As time went on, New came closer to Noelle and Lambda, eventually referring to them as her sisters. She was able to regain her strength, but decided to leave her old life behind. New discarded the... Oh god, I am so sorry for all the mess ups I do. I apologize. New discarded Murakumo and her Sita regulator over her eye. She cut her hair short and even threw away her old name to adopt a new one, Juson. Her personality shifted as she left behind her salacious and robotic behaviors. Somehow, perhaps because of her merge with it, Juson gained the ability to summon Take Mikazuchi at will. Okay, so this is her event, the 13 Traces. For reasons unknown, Juson chose to leave the church, but would take cookies made by Lambda. Juson began searching, although for who is unknown. She began to travel to phantom fields within the boundary, being afforded the ability to do so by virtue of being a prime field. Within these fields, Juson experienced the world prior to the Dark War, although she found a particular dislike for the dirty air. In time, Juson found herself within Trinity Glassfield's Phantom Field, which took the form of the Magister City of Ishana before it was destroyed by Take Mikazuchi and the Black Beast. Within the field, Juson encountered multiple Seether beasts that were attracted to her status as a stranger. Although she found the essence of any presence within the field eerie, she pressed forward towards the Ishana Cathedral, passing the grand clock. As she walked past it, Juson felt a stir of emotions, although she did not understand why. A security golem soon arose in response to her presence, but Juson effortlessly beat it. Juson continued down the cathedral, eventually carrying the cauldron at his heart. There she saw a shadow of Trinity Glassfield, who had been freed from the field earlier on. Juson bowed against the shadow to free it from his nightmare as a trapped observer. As Trinity was freed, Juson left the field to continue her search. In this new phantom field, implied to be Saya Terami's phantom field, Juson woke on a train. A version of Naoto Kurogane was near her. He asked if her sword was real, but Juson's instincts repeatedly told her to kill him. The fight was short, and Juson ran away, her vision and body giving out. As she ran to a nearby alley, she was attacked by more Seether beasts. With no other choice, she killed them with what little energy she had left. Knowing that she cannot fight the beasts forever, Juson ran to the top of a nearby building, managing to escape. She soon lost consciousness and woke up an hour earlier. A cat came near her, and knowing it was hungry, Juson crushed one of Landa's cookies to give it to it. The cat then suddenly fled, and Juson's survival instincts flared into action. Nearby was Clavis Alucard, a version of him back when he was once the no-life king. Juson began to call on Takemikizuchi. God damn, she's gonna freaking summon Takemikizuchi and nuke the guy. God damn it. Anyway. Juson began to call on Takemikizuchi, but he asked that she refrain. Clavis introduced himself, but the name Alucard only reminded Juson of her old life as new. Clavis asked her a favor to save a friend of his within a certain phantom field. So that's Juson's little story right there that we know so far. I didn't know it was a good idea to make this video, considering that this game constantly gets updated, and we're going to get some more stuff about another Dark Kagura, but I feel like this was the best time to start doing these kinds of videos.